Guten Tag, wie geht's? To all my German friends watching this, and hello to those of you who aren't German and don't speak German. I'm going to talk about Donald Trump, but before I do, I just want to say this. He apparently, Trump that is, wants to proscribe Antifa as a terrorist organization. Now then, there's only one problem with that. Antifa is not an organization, it's not a political party, it's not a terrorist group, it doesn't have a leader. It is, in fact, a political position. But don't expect Donald Trump to understand something quite as simple as that, because he's not terribly bright, is he? So, yeah. The interesting thing is, of course, is that the KKK has not been proscribed as a terrorist organization. It's allowed to organize in plain sight. It carries out acts of violence. It also commits acts of terrorism, too. I had somebody on Twitter say to me that they were anti-fascist, but they hated what Antifa was doing. And I thought to myself, well, you're not really an anti-fascist, are you? Because Antifa stands for anti-fascism. It's a portmanteau word of the hyphenated word anti-fascism or anti-fascist. And it was coined in Germany in the 1930s for fairly obvious reasons. But again, don't expect somebody as thick as Donald Trump to actually grasp that. Here's the man who says, I'm a stable genius. If you go out of your way to say that you're a stable genius, then you probably aren't a genius, are you? Hey, I drink a glass of Pine Sol every morning before I go and play golf. Go to the Oval Office. It gives me a nice orange healthy sparkle. I'm the healthiest person I know. In fact, I'm probably the healthiest person in the United States. Yeah. King Bloviator. He thinks he's the emperor, doesn't he? But he's been stirring up a real hornet's nest. He's been egging on his gun-toting supporters who are against the lockdown, or the partial quarantine, to give it its proper name. He's also been castigating state governors and threatening to send in the army. Now, where have I heard that kind of thing before? That sort of thing doesn't actually happen in so-called democracies. That's the kind of thing that happens in authoritarian states, in fact, military dictatorships. The sort of systems that Donald Trump clearly admires, because let's face it, he actually seems to be attracted to strong men, caudillos. A caudillo is in actual fact a land-owning strongman, usually a military type. In fact, Francisco Franco coined that, or used that term, that word, to describe himself. And no doubt Trump sees himself as some kind of caudillo. Only thing is, he doesn't have any military experience. Anyway, Antifa. Like I say, it's not a political organization, and to prescribe it is a little bit like prescribing democracy as a terrorist organization, or knowledge, or any other abstract noun. If you're against Antifa, then, you're quite obviously a fascist, a Nazi, or possibly even a centrist, because centrists don't seem to have much of a position on anti-fascism. In fact, many of them will probably tell you that the best thing is to debate them. Well, no, you don't debate fascists. They're not there to be debated, okay? They're there to be defeated, if anything. And I'm going to leave it there.